Next up on Voices of Fostering, Erin Edwards, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. You okay?
Yes, good, thank you.
Ready to have a chat?
Yeah.
Erin, tell me a little bit about your life as it is now. Who are you? What are you doing?
My birthday was in December.
Happy
I'm
birthday.
27. Went to Barbados with my mum for it, which was quite nice. Well, it was amazing, actually. It wasn't quite nice. My life, to be honest, is pretty mundane, pretty boring. I mean, I've got a Labrador. He's 4 in March. He's like my child. Work 9 to 5 in an office, which, to be fair, I do love it. I've been there 6 years now. I don't really do much, to be honest.
I'm sure you do. I mean, you've been to Barbados, so
Yes.
that sounds pretty exciting to
Yes.
start with. Growing up, maybe you would describe as less mundane, perhaps.
Oh, yeah. I had a great childhood and everything. I love my, yeah.
Tell us why. Tell us why it was such a busy childhood.
Well, we went on lots of holidays. We're very grateful and very lucky to be able to do that. I don't like to say that I wasn't saying I was popular, but I have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
So always at friends' houses, going out on day trips, and I enjoyed school, which is quite strange. I feel like a lot of people don't. It was an all-girls school, and my mum actually taught there and taught me, so that was a bit interesting. But no, I had a great childhood growing up. Teenage years were all very fine, so yeah.
And when did fostering first appear in your world?
Well, to be fair, I always remember mum talking about it because mum was a secondary school teacher. So obviously she knew how to handle teenagers and was very comfortable with younger people. And I think mum, because she's always been so caring and always wanting to help, that she's always known of it. But obviously, because I have 2 older siblings, so having 3 kids, I don't think she ever really had the chance to when I was growing up, because obviously there was already 4 of us in the house. And I think mum started to mention it about 4 years ago now. And I was all for it. I mean, I've always loved the idea of it. I thought, why not? Like, I love my siblings. If it means I can basically have more, then I'm really looking forward to it.
What was that first conversation like with your mum when she first brought up the idea?
It wasn't a big surprise, but I didn't know, while you're actually going for it. So I just was really looking forward to it. I was really excited. I couldn't wait.
Can you remember what the process was like for your mum?
It was quite a lot. It was quite intense, but it was quite nice in a way because I got to speak about my mum, like, obviously very positively, and how I truly feel about her and how I think she would be as a foster carer. And I don't think she's used to hearing a lot of praise. So I think for her that was also quite nice because I actually had a chance to say all the stuff I might not say on like a day-to-day basis to her. So I did like that.
Can you tell me a bit more about what you've just described, what that looks like, what input you have into the process for your mum?
Yeah, so it was just obviously I was asked quite a lot of questions just about my upbringing and how I sort of felt about it, and if I thought mum would be good at that. And I think there was quite a few other people, like I think my siblings were asked, and like mum's brothers and people close to her. So it's just a process of speaking all about mum, finding out all of mum's background, and obviously being a teacher and everything. I think that helped quite a lot with it.
Was it fully supportive from the entire family and surrounding friends as well?
Yeah, I think everyone knew that mum would be perfect as a foster carer, so it really wasn't a big surprise. And people were really happy to talk about her in that way, I think, as well.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to give that praise back, isn't it? Especially when it's, I mean, obviously, it's such an important process. So were you living at home when your mum took in her first foster child?
It was August 2023. So it's quite a funny one, actually. I just broken up with my boyfriend in the summer. And my friend had also just broken up with her boyfriend, and she was living in a house with him. But because of the breakup and stuff, she basically had to move out, but she didn't really have anywhere to go. So she was living with me in my house when my foster brother came. So that was quite nice because I had my friend as well to sort of experience how to start, like, because I wanted to make sure that he was comfortable, and obviously I was so happy that he was with us, and it was quite nice having my best friend there as well. So yeah, I was at home. I think I was home for about 5 months, and then I actually moved out with that friend, and we had a flat. And I just recently moved back this summer. So I was at home from the very sort of beginning, and then would stay like once a week to stay at mum's and see them all. So that was nice.
How old was your first foster brother?
He was 11 when he came, I believe. and he's just turned 13 in summer.
How were your emotions and nerves on that first day?
Well, it was new to me because obviously I'm a younger sibling. I've got two older brothers. I have an older brother, older sister. So I've never been the older sibling. I was a bit like, oh God, how am I going to navigate that? Because I have no experience in it. But I've absolutely loved it. Like I adore him. I don't even refer to him as like my foster brother. He is my brother in my eyes.
Cool.
But it's great because he's a bit younger. I'll go to the cinema with him. Things that obviously my older siblings might not want to go and watch. He's all for it, and I love that. Go out for food and stuff, and I love being an older sibling. I find it really rewarding.
Did you have any nerves about first meeting him?
A bit, yeah, because obviously I've never really had much to do with teenagers really before.
Yeah.
So navigating that was I was a bit not taking a step back, but I was just very cautious of maybe. I'll sit and watch a film with him in the living room, but then I might just say, oh, I'll go in the kitchen and have whatever, just trying to give him some space as well, but no, making sure that he knew that I was there, and if he wanted to ever just go out for like a walk, go to get a hot chocolate, I'm there, so yeah.
And did he tap into that, or was he nervous around you?
He literally it was just like he was a part of the family from day one, to be honest. There was never any awkward times. I don't feel like I can't speak on behalf of him, but I think he just slotted in straight away, and it was just like he was just always been part of the family. And even with like when my older siblings would come, and everyone just adored him from the start. And we have quite a lot of animals, so obviously I've got the Labrador, but we had 4 cats when he came. But because he loves cats, Mum was like, let's get a kitten. That one kitten turned into 2 kittens, so we've now got 6 cats. But I think him having almost that responsibility and kind of showing that you really are a part of the family, like these are literally your pets that you can look after, whatever. And I think that helped a lot because it made him just feel like, yeah, actually this is my house and my home, and now my 2 pets that I can look after. So yeah, I think that was good.
You've clearly got a massive amount of respect for your mum and a huge amount of maturity yourself to just react in the way that you have done and just be so accepting, which is a wonderful, wonderful quality to have. But at any point have you had to go, I need to remember what it was like to be 11, to put yourself in his shoes.
Yeah,
not get frustrated or overwhelmed by anything.
Yes, because he's also gone from primary to secondary since being with us.
Yeah.
So he's definitely becoming more of a bit of a moodier teenager, which is quite, because I do remember being like that, especially like with Mum and stuff. So if there's ever any time that he's a bit, I'm just like, Mum, just remember he's a teenager. And not that she obviously already knows that, but I think it's quite, not like almost a bit like deja vu for Mum, because obviously she's been through it 3 times. She knows how to cope with it. But yeah,
I've been a secondary school teacher
yeah.
as well. So,
but no, I do think I can relate to him, because even though I'm 27 now, so it was a while ago, but I do remember what it was like to be a teenager. So I like to think that he can come to me, or if he needs advice or whatever, that he can speak to us. You've
got a unique perspective on this, really, because you can tell us about what it's like as a family to go through this process. Mm-hmm. So how do you all communicate around this, and how do you come together when it might feel a little bit difficult?
Well, my family, we've always been very open with each other. And if there's an argument, you squash it. The next day, it's like it never happened. We've all been the type of family to just gather around each other, have maybe sometimes an awkward, difficult conversation, but I feel like that just brings you all a bit closer. I think with him, his communication style is more writing. He prefers to put it in words. So like, in terms of how he feels and his feelings, he might not say it. But for example, like a Christmas card, birthday card, the words that he writes literally just make me want to cry, because he's just, you can tell he obviously loves us a lot and appreciates us. And it's just nice to know that even if he might not say it, he does write it down. So I think as a family, we've kind of learnt to understand this. That's just how he is. And I think we've just made it very clear that we're all so tight knit. They seem like once a week, like once a month maybe.
Yeah.
Like we're all just, I just like to think that we've made him all feel very comfortable in terms of that.
You've changed his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. Do you ever think about that? Do you ever go, whoa?
It is quite surreal to think about because as I said, it's like he's always been there. So it's so strange to think, God, like there was a time where he obviously didn't have this and we didn't have him in our life. And I couldn't even imagine it now. It is mind blowing, really, to be honest.
Do you see this for yourself in the future?
I mean, I think I'm very much extremely very single right now with probably no kids on the horizon currently. So I do think eventually it might be something that I would look at doing because obviously I've experienced it with mum and I've seen how rewarding it is. So I do think a lot of people probably don't even realise how much it would benefit them or even how much it just becomes a part of your life without it feeling like a job or like there is obviously pressure. You have to make sure that you look after them. But I feel like a lot of people, especially if they already have kids, they know how to do that. They know how to bring a child up and show them love and give them a stable household. So I would like to think I will probably look into it when I'm a bit older, but right now I'm not really sure.
Do you think it's changed your mum?
I think...
We should point out she's watching you right now.
Yeah, I think it's just quite funny for mum to have to go through all the same stages again, I feel. Because obviously she's used to having grown-up adult kids, so it's a bit more responsibility for mum again, having to look after him, like pick him up from this train station and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say it's really changed because mum's always had that in her. I think she just also loves the fact that she now has a younger child that depends on her maybe more than the rest of us do. So she has that extra love and care that she can give, which isn't just like all the cats and the dogs in the house. So I think that's quite nice.
6 cats. And are you aware of the support that she's had available to her from the National Fostering Group?
Yes. Yeah, and she gets lots of positive feedback, which I think she really, again, will have never really experienced or heard before. So I think I know a mum that feels very, very supported doing what she does and by all the people that have been around her. So it has been really positive, definitely.
Do you remember any kind of physical changes that occurred around the house when your brother first arrived?
Well, mum's always kept a very tight ship in the house. No clutter. If there's a sock on the floor, it's the end of the world. So luckily he is extremely tidy, always has been as well. So apart from having to have the PlayStation in the living room for a year and mum having to look at that every day and think, oh God, it's black and white and this isn't my colour scheme. It's not really made that much of a difference. No, he's always been very tidy, which is good.
What do you think are the best qualities a foster parent could have?
I think you just have to be open because obviously you don't know what age, their background, what they're going to be like. I think as long as you're patient and know that you have a lot of love to give and that you know that you can care for this person like your own child, I think the majority of people would be perfect for it.
Yeah. You've got to be open-minded.
Yeah.
That's tough. You've got to have some steely personality. Thank you so much. I love how positive you are about it and the difference that it's made to your family. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to say before we say goodbye?
No, I think that's everything.
Erin, thank you.
No worries, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Voices of Fostering. If you'd like to find out more, head online and search National Fostering Group and make this the year you foster.